big gay ricer. But as of last weekend, obviously we got the engine in. As you can tell, it's looking beautiful in there now. So it's a simple case of plumbing things in, but to be honest, I want to try and neaten it up a little bit, only because previously I had this affair, which is all my boost gauge and my the N75 boost solenoid pipe work, going to the ECU as well. It was all going across the engine, and it looks a bit crap. So why the heck would I want to paint that lovely rock cover and have it in the way? So even though I know I'm going to have the coil packs and stuff in there, I think, to be honest, we're going to make this go round the back of the engine a bit and make it look a little bit neater. So that's one of the jobs. Exhaust manifolds there, getting a lovely toasty on top of the log burner. It's a simple case of plumbing things in. Right, it's not much time because see going on there, or just put in the bolts for the rocker. Obviously they're not fully hoiked down, it's all loose still, as you can tell. But what I have done is routed the pipes for the ECU, the boost gauge, the N75, etc. all behind the back of the block, because previously they went over the top. So I've just routed them in a bit of a better place. I think I might have to get a new pipe for the ECU there, because this is what they provided as well. It's a bit thin wall, I never noticed it before, and it bends quite easy, which means it's going to go like that. So yeah, I might have to get some different of that stuff. I have got some hard line. The problem is with that, it's a bit of a pain to get onto it, and I don't want to force that onto the map sensor. That's the words I was looking for, that goes onto the ECU. It might break it. So yeah, but I've tucked everything a little bit better. So there's some ash on there from the log burner. Just looks a bit better now, and it doesn't go over the top of the rocker. It's a small thing. I mean, to be fair, you got it starts nice and neat, but you've got all that crap, which, okay, some of that needs to be plumbed in. It's never going to be a neat engine bay, obviously, but it'll be a bit neater than it was before. Right, so stop plumbing everything else in now. I've just levelled the engine off because my engine mounts are fully adjustable. This side needs bolting up, but she's now sitting literally level with the back nose down. Right, so now it's just a simple case of connecting everything back up, really, and make sure I don't break anything, which will be fun. So let's get on with it. First simple thing we're going to do, put plugs back in. Alright, cast wiring. Cast? Yes. And you can generally tell by the way the cables are bent. There's the cast. I'll put that one first. Right, we need the injection loom as well. May as well put the water temperature sensor back on. I can find the connector. Let's tighten them up a bit, I think. A bit higgledy-piggledy. Right, I'll readjust the camera. So the throttle body, water connectors in. Just connecting up the fuel lines. Next up, alternator cable or wiring. So it's down here, unfortunately, so you're not going to really be able to tell. There's a connector and then the main power feed, which is held on with a 12mm bolt. Get in there. Once all this is plumbed in, we can start on the turbo. that's that. Right. Okay, we'll probably do the injector wiring now. Next up, coil pack wiring. No, sorry, injector wiring. Really, I'm going back to this pipe. I'm really not happy about this pipe. But the new one won't be here for a while, so... Right, get a bit of paper out. If you hear popping in the background, it's because the fire's popping all the wood. So, there, where are we? Here we go. This is the coil pack and injector wiring. So, trying to get out of the gun. So, let's tuck that under that one. Trying to make it as neat as it possibly can, even though it's still going to look like it's been chucked in here. One thing I have done is rotated the engine over as well, just to make sure nothing was catching or no noises or anything. By the way, while I'm doing this, the t-shirts are still on sale. We've extended it only because we had some messages about other people's paydays and stuff. So grab your t-shirts, they're going to be on sale. We've also done jumpers as well. They're going to be on sale for, I think it's going to be till 15th of March. So grab them while you can. Get back up to full price then. Stickers are available at www.gfbdevelopments.co.uk. Click on stickers and you'll see them. At the moment, the not stock ones aren't in stock. They're on the way. I've got about 30 of the others from the fresh batch. Right, injector wiring's done, so while we're on that sort of side of it, we may as well get ready for the coil packs to go in. So I need to fit the spark plug wire retainer. Coil pack time. Now I'm going to be converting this to cops, but for the time being, because I've got enough on, we're going to keep it standard. Okay, unfortunately can't get a ratchet back here, so do it manually. Trusty old spanners. To be fair, I'm going to get it most of the way just using my fingers. Right, so the coil pack's on now. And a short one, so what we'll do is we'll get the leads ready to go in. One. Two. And three. There we go. That's a bit neater now. There. Sorted. Okay, so I found some hose, this brand new bit of rubber hose. It's the same size, just needs warming up. So let's get the boil in the kettle, and then that will go onto the PCV valve, and that's another job done. Okay, as you can see, the car is raised up now. I've started to, it's been a couple of hours since the last was on here, but you wouldn't notice that. I've started the starter motor now. It was a bit of a pain, so I've got a top bolt to do. I need to find another one of the bolts, and that's the starter motor sorted. Then we can sort of kind of get on with the exhaust manifold. Right, so we're on to the exhaust manifold now, which I've got a hand linish just because there's a couple of low spots. There was one there which I've got rid of, And there's one just there. Now, to be honest, that one shouldn't cause any problems because there's already a nice bit of perch there it's going to get. But that one I'm worried about because it's so close to that outlet. So I'm hand linishing. While baby JB's trying some wheels on the back of my car. So I am still linishing with my makeshift tool. And JB, as we call him baby JB, is now trying the wheels on the front of my car. MX-5. New batch of stickers in, guys. Get them while they're in stock. And what J are they? 8?
8.25.
Oh, so right, so they're 0.45 or something bigger than that, deeper than them? See, it's not much on the back though. You look at the back, it wasn't that much.
No.
They do look good though. They're a nice wheel. Finally ready. Put exhaust manifold on. Right, start bolting stuff down. Sorted. I noticed the water temperature sensor off the back needs to be connected, so I need to shove my hand down there and reconnect that. Which is on. Wicked, we're getting there. It's coming together, guys. The exhaust manifold is on. Nicely tight up. I've hand linished it as well, so it should be flat and smooth, both faces. Obviously it will have to come off to be wrapped anyway. It's a focus, it's because of the rocker cover. So I think the turbo can go on today. But what I do need to do is, I think it's this side? No, it's the other side. Take that wheel off and get rid of all the old rust that's from the brakes before I did them. It's gonna have to sand the wheel, I think. Looking at that, just give it some 1200 wet and dry. See if I can get it off. If I need to paint it, I'll repaint it. So without further ado, I'll get that wheel off. Job, but that is now sorted. No rust. Right. Now, got to put the turbo feed lines in, I think. So we've got one down there. Just got that paper on it, which is the turbo feed and the turbo drain. The turbo drain I'm not going to do until I've got it kind of in the right position. I've still not got the proper drain for it yet, but that'll have to come later. I can cut the pipe down, so as long as it's longer now, it doesn't really matter. And I've got the water lines to do, because I've got more water pipe and proper water pipes. I'm not using the coppers. So let's get this on. One turbo feed line, obviously you saw before. You can't quite see the actual feed, but it's down there. Something like that, or maybe it was like that. I think it was like that, wasn't it? Can't remember. Right, so I've cut some of the oil drain pipe to get on that barb that you can just see just there. The only problem is, because of the angle it's at, it's a bit awkward to get the pipe in, so I don't know if this stuff's going to be any good anyway. It's oil and petrol resistant, but I don't like see-through. But at least you can see if there's any problems. So I'm just going to boil the kettle in. As most of you car guys know, you put this plastic in hot water and it makes it a bit more pliable, which makes it then easy for me to get that on there. So I'm just waiting for that to boil and then we'll get that pushed on. Nice and pliable. Still going to be awkward to get on, but he says. There we go. She's on. Obviously it's bent, kinked at the moment because the pipe's too long, but let's have a look. She's in. Wicked. So I'll kind of turn it upright, or turn it probably up towards this side, so then it's got a bit more of a distance and above this part or behind this pipe, and then it can go up to where the turbo is going to go, so it doesn't have a kink in it. And there we go. Looks like a bloody washing machine pipe. So if I take this off this tripod, it can probably go over that way a bit more. Twist it. There we go. It doesn't matter about a little kink because that is far bigger than what it actually requires, really. So that's kind of it, really, for those. So what we'll do is we'll get the turbo bolted on. Turbo time. Yeah. Turbo is mounted. Obviously it'll probably have to come off again, but oh well. The feed is done, the drain is done. Obviously notice the difference in size, that's why I'm not too worried about that feed, that drain being slightly kinked, because the feed's tiny. But it's finally in. And looking sweet. Be choo-chooing soon. Right, that's kind of it for today. The turbo's mounted, not got as much done as I wanted to, but had all the jobs to obviously do as well, so hopefully most of it will be bolted down next Sunday. I have got MOT prep on my MX-5, so, or Unos, because it's an import, but I'm happy with what's happening, so we shall obviously see what next week brings. That's about it, really, so hope you've liked the video, and I shall see you in the next one, so peace.